Hi everyone, it's good to see you again and thanks for joining me for this video. Today I will be sharing my answer to the question, what makes a community specific to people age 55 or older? If you're like most people, you haven't thought too much about living in an area that is made up mostly of retirees or people without kids until you become an empty nester or retire yourself. It doesn't take long, however, when you start to think about moving to a seniors-only neighborhood to realize that they aren't that easy to find. When you do locate one that says it's for age 55 or older, the advertising can be a little confusing at times, and that's what I'm here to clarify. I want to first start by explaining something called HOPA, H-O-P-A. This is officially called the Housing for Older Persons Act. In order for a neighborhood or residential housing complex to legally restrict families with children from living there, they must fall under this exception to fair housing laws. If they do, they can essentially prohibit people who are underage or have household members who are underage from moving into that community. This may stand to reason when you think about what we often hear called retirement community. But what about regular neighborhoods in and around the Dallas-Fort Worth area? This is where it can get confusing. See, some communities don't fall under this exemption. However, they may still market themselves as being designed for active adults, retirees, or seniors. These communities refer to themselves as age-targeted. Well, they can't legally restrict younger people or families with children from living there. Their marketing is often so focused on attracting a more mature audience that you may think it's age-restricted. You may be asking, so Ingrid, why should this matter to me? It may not matter to you today, but it could matter to you down the road. Here's one example. Let's say in a few years something happens to you and you want your preteen grandchild or niece to come and live with you for the summer. If you live in a truly age-restricted community, this may go against their covenants and may not be allowable. Another example. Let's say that you have an illness that requires around-the-clock care. You ask your daughter, who is under the age requirement for your community or neighborhood, to move in with you. Some communities may allow this for a short term, but not for long periods. On the flip side, let's say you move to a community that you thought was only for retirees. You drove around the area regularly before buying there and saw that no kids were around. The next thing you know, someone with small children or teenagers moves in right next door. If your neighborhood isn't officially age restricted, this could be disappointing if you truly wanted a kid-free lifestyle. Some people are very intentional about wanting to live in a place with no children. That's why it's important to ask for clarification about the status of the community. Is it age restricted? If someone says it is, ask to see the documents yourself to be sure. The reason I encourage you to look at the documents is that while most real estate agents do their very best to be current, not all agents are up to speed on such distinctions. I certainly hope that this has been helpful. Naturally, if you have any questions about neighborhoods in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that are age restricted or lend themselves to a more laid-back lifestyle, I encourage you to visit our website, dallasfortworthseniorliving.com, or reach out by phone at 817-330-9235. Be sure to subscribe to our channel if you are watching this video on YouTube, and like our Facebook page so that you can catch all of our video education. I'm Ingrid Sullivan with the Sullivan Real Estate Team and Senior Downsizing Experts. See you next time.